Ever wondered where Halloween originated from? Our tale begins in the misty landscapes of Iron Age Ireland and Scotland, a time when superstition and mystery governed the everyday lives of the ancient Celts. Amidst this backdrop, the festival of Samhain was celebrated. Time of transition, Samhain marked the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter, or the darker half of the year. The Celts believed that during Samhain, the boundary separating the world of the living and the world of the dead became blurred. Spirits, they thought, could mingle with the living, leading to various customs and traditions which we'll delve into later. But for now, let's just acknowledge the importance of this ancient festival, for it laid the groundwork for what we now know and celebrate as Halloween. So yes, the origins of Halloween trace back to the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. Now you might be wondering, what does Samhain mean and how do you even pronounce it? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive into the rich history and linguistic nuances of this term. Samhain, contrary to what your instinct might tell you, is pronounced Sow-win. Yes, you heard that right, Sow-win. The word hails from Gaelic and means summer's end. This festival was not just a fancy way to bid adieu to the warmer months. It marked the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter. This transition was of paramount importance in the Celtic calendar. You see, the Celts, like many ancient cultures, were deeply connected to the rhythms of nature. Their lives were entwined with the shifting seasons. So Samhain, the end of summer, marked a significant time of year for the Celts. It was a time of change, of preparation, and of honoring the cyclic nature of our world. But what was Sow-win all about? What did the ancient Celts do during this festival? Let's take a journey back in time to the Celtic lands of old, where Sow-win was more than just a festivity. It was an integral part of their cultural and spiritual life. Sow-win was a time of communal gathering, a moment to bid farewell to the light half of the year and brace for the dark half. Bonfires, known as Sow-win fires, were a cornerstone of these celebrations. The Celts would extinguish all other fires and ignite a grand one in their community. It was a beacon of unity, a symbol of the people coming together to face the harsh winter months. But these fires were more than just symbols. They played a practical role too. The Celts believed the flames, smoke and ashes held protective and cleansing powers. They'd often drive their livestock through the smouldering embers of these fires as a form of purification and protection from illness in the upcoming winter. The idea of a feast is a universal one across many cultures and celebrations. Sow-win was no different. A bountiful feast was held with all the community members contributing. This was not only a time of celebration, but also a time to show gratitude for a successful harvest season. And then we come to the intriguing part. The Celts believed that during Sow-win, the veil between our world and the spirit world was at its thinnest. This allowed spirits, both benevolent and malevolent, to pass through. To ward off any unfriendly spirits, the Celts would wear costumes and masks, a tradition that has unmistakably trickled down to our modern Halloween costume practices. Sow-win was a festival of fire and feast, of remembering the past and preparing for the future. It was a time when the natural and supernatural worlds intertwined and traditions were born that would echo through the ages. You can see many of our Halloween traditions have roots in the ancient festival of Sow-win. So next time you carve a pumpkin or don a costume, remember the rich history behind these customs. You're participating in a tradition that's been alive for thousands of years. And that's something quite special. So how does this ancient festival continue to impact our society today? As time passed, Sow-win underwent a transformation. With the spread of Christianity across Celtic lands, the Christian Church sought to incorporate some of the traditions of the local pagan festivals. Sow-win, being a major celebration, was an ideal candidate. It was Christianized into All Hallows Eve, a day preceding All Hallows Day, also known as All Saints' Day. Time All Hallows Eve morphed into what we now call Halloween. It's fascinating to see how the traditions of Sow-win have been woven into the fabric of Halloween. The bonfires of Sow-win, meant to ward off evil spirits, have been replaced by the modern tradition of lighting jack-o'-lanterns. The practice of wearing costumes to fool spirits has evolved into our current tradition of dressing up for Halloween. In recent years, there's been a resurgence of interest in Sow-win, particularly among modern pagans and Wiccans. They view it as a time to honor ancestors and celebrate the harvest, much like the ancient Celts did. They may hold feasts, light bonfires, and perform rituals to connect with the spirit world. The influence of Sow-win isn't limited to Halloween or modern pagan practices. It's also sparked a broader interest in Celtic culture and history. More and more people are delving into the past, seeking to understand the origins and meanings behind these age-old traditions. Understanding the roots of Halloween gives us a deeper appreciation for the holiday. It's not just about trick-or-treating, costumes, and candy. It's a celebration that has its roots in a time when people lived much closer to nature and believed deeply in the unseen world of spirits. Remembering Sow-win, we're connecting with our ancestors, honoring their beliefs and keeping their traditions alive. In this way, the ancient festival of Sow-win continues to resonate with us, influencing our modern customs and celebrations. That, my friends, is how Sow-win, an ancient Celtic festival, has shaped and continues to influence the Halloween we know and love today. If you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing, smash that like button and hit notifications so when new content is created we can provide you with more.